Hello everyone. Day 7. And as usual, my nose is itchy. Why do you keep doing this to me, people? Yeah, we're gonna have probably a shorter day today, because I really don't think it's going to take terribly long to do the stitch that we're going to do, which is the wagon wheel, which is also known as the woven wheel. If you're on Twitch / Facebook / YouTube, you'll be able to see like where we're at, because you've got this picture and you've also got this picture over here. Don't mind me, Instagram, I'm just pointing to locations on the stream. Hi Bridget, over on YouTube, hello. Yeah, I'm excited to get some colour into this piece. It'll be lovely. We finished with all of our greens, but for some reason I'm not putting them away because I don't know. I don't have a reason. I just haven't. Oh, for photos, that's right. So like my YouTube cover and things like that. So even the white we're done with, but I'll be using that to sign my piece, which I'll show you tomorrow. These are the colours that we're only using left. That's all we've got left. So that's exciting. Hopefully everyone's all caught up and enjoying the stitch along. It's been very quiet each day, which is okay. It's not required that people talk or anything like that. But yeah, we're going to be doing the little purple circles. So these 4 today. And then we're going to wrap it up tomorrow. Actually, no, I'll correct that actually. We probably won't be wrapping up tomorrow. We'll be wrapping up the stitching tomorrow. And then on Friday, we will sign our piece. So this little bit here is where I've signed my piece, which is this teensy little bit here, which I don't think Instagram will be able to focus on. Anyway, and we'll be finishing it in a hoop. So I've finished mine naked on the back. I like seeing that kind of thing, but for this piece, I will be finishing it with something on the back so that you can see how to do that if you choose to. It's easy to leave it if you want to finish it like I've done this one, so not a problem. Alright, well usually I wait 5 minutes, but I'm impatient. I'm feeling a bit impatient today, so let's get started. Set up my hoop and my camera and my phone, all of that good stuff, which, you know, takes a hot minute to do anyway. So I was filming Instagram reels, so my setup's a little bit wonky. All right. Cool. And I've got my pattern. I just need to scroll down and make sure that I'm telling you guys the right things. So today, if you're again, as usual, if you're following along with the color options that match this piece here, we're going to be using DMC 209 today. We're going to be using all 6 strands because we are going to do a cool thing. And oh goodness, I am hoping I do not run out of this color, because I am like 99% certain I don't have any more. So that should be interesting. So I'm going to get my chunkier needle, which is this one. This is my smaller needle, just to show you comparison. I'm going to be using, my bigger one. I'm going to be, actually no, first. Slow down. I'm excited. I'm pumped. So first, I've got this little cut. You can use however many strands you like, probably at least 2, but you could do 1 if you really wanted to. But I've got 2 strands here. I'm going to use my thin needle with those 2 strands. I'm going to attempt to thread my needle. Sorry if you can hear a low rumbling noise in the background. A neighbor nearby has something running, like a generator, and I have no idea what it is, and it's been going for like an hour, so I was hoping they'd finish by now, but yeah, sorry. Oh, they just stopped. What timing? They must have heard me. That's pretty funny. So I'm just going to tie a knot in this 2 strand that we're doing. So I like to do this for my woven wheels. You don't have to do it this way. You can just get started with your loaded 6 strand floss. But we're going to start with this one over here. Just fixing my camera and phone. I like to do, so I'm like way ahead of myself today. So basically with the woven wheel, we're going to create these little 5 spokes like you'd have with a normal wheel. And a note, if you want to do more than 5 or less than 5, that's fine. It just must be an odd number of spokes. It will not work if you do like 6 or 4, for example. So just a tidbit. 5, I think, is just the right amount. It looks it looks good, especially at this small size. You could do 3 if you wanted to, but the pattern I've designed it as 5. So we're going to come up at the tip of 1, and I'm going to move my phone, and we're going to go in at the center, and we're going to keep going in at that center point. We're just going to work our way around, and this creates just our foundation spokes. Like I said, you can create these with the other 6 strands if you want to. And as usual, we want to keep our thread kind of loose. We don't want to pull it too tight. We don't want to tighten our fabric and make it all bunch up or anything like that. But that's all we're going to do for this cut of thread. This is what is going to hold the woven bit. Ugh, that's not a great part of the hoop to try and cut thread off. But we'll make it work. So that's the start. I like to do 2 strands, just like a couple of strands, because it's just like, you'll see, you'll understand. So with our 6 strands, what we're going to do is we're actually going to bring the 2 ends together. I've got my needle in the center of the floss, like that. I've got my 2 ends together. My camera is not focusing very well. There we go. Okay, so I've got my needle in the center of the floss, and I've got my 2 ends. So basically I have 12 strands of floss. I'm going to tie a knot in it, which I only need to wrap around once because it's 12 strands of floss. It's a lot. And if you want to, you don't have to double it up. You don't have to do 12 strands. You can just do 6. But this gives like that chunkier feeling. It does fill it up a lot quicker. But I don't know how to explain it. It's, yeah, apart from it looking chunkier, it fills it out a bit nicer. Anyway, so we're going to come up like right, not in the center of the spokes, but like in between two of the spokes, right nearby the center. Oh, the needle's gone all squeaky. And then what we're going to do is weave our needle. You might find it easier to do what I've just done, which is actually thread your needle using the blunt end. But basically we've gone over the first spoke, under the second spoke. We're going to go over the next one and then under the fourth one. And then we're going to go over the next one, and then we've hit 5, so we're actually going to go under the very first one that we went over. And then we just keep skipping one and going under the next one. Now you want to keep this nice and loose. And each weave you do, you want to be adjusting how it sits. Because 12 strands in this tiny little space can wrap up and look a bit strange. So you want to make sure that each one looks and sits nicely. I did my test stitch really tight compared to this, and honestly I wasn't very pleased with that part of my piece. So I'm making sure that this one is nice and loose and more like a flower that's bloomed already. So eventually you won't be able to see the spokes anymore, which is the point I'm at. But you kind of know roughly where they are. And you want to definitely, like, the main point is to cover all 5 of those little spoke stitches. And see, one of my strands is a bit too long, so I'm just going to pause it, figure out which one it is, and pull that really gently. And then, so that's that one. And then I want to go under the next one. And that's pretty much all of them covered. I'm just trying to peer at this side of my work. But basically, I'm going to stop there because I really like how that looks. And then we want to go, so I've gone under this one that's here. There's another one that's here. I'm going to pretend that I've gone over the top, and I'm actually going to poke my needle in through the fabric underneath the piece. To finish it off. If you find that it's too bulky and you can't fit your needle, but your spokes are still showing, the next thing to do is to actually, and I'm actually going to use my little 2 strands to show you because it doesn't have a knot in the end. You actually want to come up and just pretend it's still attached. You'd come up and then go in to cover up like the next spoke, and then you would come up and go in to cover the next spoke. Hopefully that makes sense. But I really like how mine is sitting and how it's looking, so I'm not touching it. I'm going to flip my work over and finish it off. You notice where we don't have a lot of stuff to attach our thread to, so you just do your best basically. I'm using my pointer finger, my middle finger, that's the one, to actually like press the floss down so that I'm not accidentally adjusting where the stitches are. And I flip it over, and that's how it looks. Isn't that pretty? So that's what I would want it to look like. I did these ones, as I said, really tight, and you can see the difference. I don't hate this, I just prefer this. So if you want it to look like this, that's cool. You're gonna want to pull a bit tighter and wrap more times, basically. The other reason why I'm not gonna pull too tight and I want them flat like that is because I don't want to run out of floss, because I don't have a lot left. Alrighty. Hi, Maya and Ziggy. Hello over on Instagram. Okay, so I'm going to do the spokes on the next one. I'm just tying a knot in my thread. I'm going to trim off the little tail. So again, I'm going to come up at the end of one of them and then go in to the middle. You can do it the other way around. You can keep coming up in the middle and going in at the edge. That's not a hard and fast rule. I find it easier to put them all in the center from the top of my work. Hello. Yeah, if you're watching live at the moment, I've got a couple people online. Let me know where you're at and how you're doing, and if you're enjoying, that would be awesome. I will be sending out a feedback form at the end of the stitch along, because I haven't gotten much feedback during the stitch along, which is okay, it's not a problem. Alright, I've already tied a knot in the end of this double over stranded, oh my god, I can't talk today. But just a reminder for anyone that's just joined, I'm using 12 strands of floss for this, which is just a cut of 6 folded in half. Oh, and I've got my squeaky needle. The other thing to point out is you don't have to go clockwise or anti-clockwise. There's whichever one feels more natural for you. I go anti-clockwise. And you'll find that your needle gets kind of mixed in with all these strands. I generally just take a second to undo it, because you don't really want this kind of thing to happen too much. And yeah, just a reminder that we're going under and then over and then under the next one and then over, and then we'll go under. The bee is my favorite part of the piece. Ah, having so much fun. Hello, I'm from Northern Ireland, just watching this, not stitching along. Sadly, I'm going to watch in the bath. Ah, luxury. Well, this is a free stitch along. The pattern is free, so if you decide that you like how it looks after you've watched for a bit, you can head over to my site and grab it whenever you're ready. And all of these videos are saved in 4 different places. So it's on Instagram, it's on Twitch, it's on YouTube, and it's on Facebook. I'm using pearl cotton for the flowers. Yes, that is actually like such a better idea. I'm just unwilling for some reason to buy pearl cotton, but you will find that, yeah, you don't have to worry about the strands like coming apart, and it'll actually slide through much nicer and all of that. Plus it'll look shinier. Alright, that's pretty good. We'll do one more at the top. So where are my little things? There's one, there's the next one. Okay. And then I'm going to move my stitches over and poke my needle in and pull through just gently. Lovely. I'm going to shift my phone as well. Alright, I'm going to cut off that. Trying to think what I want to use to tack it on with. You will also notice while you're doing this that your thread will tangle really fast. That is also very normal. Okay. I'm gonna have enough purple. I'm not gonna have to wing it and choose another color. So I'm pleased about that. Alrighty. I'm gonna do my spokes of my next one. So again, you don't have to use a different cut of thread to do your spokes. You may want to, just because it's 12 strands. You might not want them to be that thick. I know I don't. They're just there to hold everything in place, basically. Have you thought of the next stitch along? I'm not actually sure I'm going to do another stitch along for a while, I'll be honest. Just because of how this one's gone. I wasn't really gonna talk publicly about it, but it has not gone anywhere near as well as I anticipated. But I am thinking about just doing embroidery patterns and like recording the stitches required and like the piece itself and doing it that way. Alright, squeaky needle time. Because I've got embroidery pattern designs sort of all over the place. Some of them are a bit more complex than what a stitch along for me could entail. And it would make more sense to just demonstrate all of the stitches, show it in the pattern like I do with the stitch along, and be like, okay, off you go. It'd be good to have be able to do a different time for a stitch along, but I'm limited to the whims of my children and my husband working and actually being present for my family and all those obligations. Okay, I just went under that one. Gotta go over that one. I knew that was going to tangle real bad. Okay, so this one's starting to get a bit too tight. So I'm going to stop. And what I'm actually going to do is get my needle in and pull very gently each of the little like wheel parts. See, that one is way too far under. I'm just then going to pull that one. And that, yeah, that's better. So don't be afraid to stop your work for a sec and readjust it. Now my needle's not in the center. Over. I'm likely going to do a stitch along at winter like I did a summer one, because I've already got a design for that. But that's a little while away. There we go. So cute. It's so pretty. Thank you. Oh, I'm just bumping the microphone, don't mind me. And then we'll do the last one. So again, I'm going to get my 2 strands. Tie a knot. Trim it off. Make sure that all my shots are in the right spot. Alrighty. Let's do this last one. With my squeaky needle. So just a reminder, we're going under and then over and alternating that. We're doing it nice and loose so that we can make it have like a little indent in the middle. You can do it tighter if you want, and that'll make it look like this, where it does have an indent in the middle, but it's more closed up. Oh, I think you've done a fabulous job. This will be my first finished embroidery piece, and I'm impressed how well it's come out. We can't see your work over here on YouTube. Oh, you're right. That's weird. Oh wow, that's really delayed. My apologies. Alright, I'm going to transition to a different thing. I hate when it does this. Well, I'll be uploading this video instead. Wow, yeah, you've missed 2 whole flowers. I'm so sorry. My camera disconnected by itself and it's not reconnecting. Ooh, that's... There we go. Thanks, technology. You're a chum. I was checking the shot angle on my camera, not on my screen. Well, I'll be re-uploading this onto YouTube. It's okay. Well, thank you. Quickly running out of floss. And it's super tangled. That's what happens when you start getting to the end, though. To over and then under. Over and under. And then I'm going to go in here. So that one's a little bit tighter, but that's okay. Not every flower is the same. And that's the woven wheel / wagon wheel. I kind of interchange the names a little bit, because they are the same thing. Alrighty. Ta-da! Colour! We have purple on there. That's so excellent. And we're so close to being finished. So that is where I'm going to leave you guys at for today. Tomorrow we're going to do the last stitch, which is the French knot, which is the rest of the flowers, and then the center of the white flowers. And then on Friday, oh my goodness, sorry, I just got distracted. And then on Friday, we're going to sign our work, and we're going to finish it in a hoop. So that'll be exciting. And then we'll be all done. And between Thursday and Friday, I will be washing and ironing my piece, just to be clear. I'm going to move my phone. And yes, I work with all of this stuff in my face. There we go. All right, that's better. Okay, we got there. Awesome. I'm feeling good about that. Not feeling great about the fact that my stream decided to stop streaming my work, but it is what it is. Can't do anything about it. So one thing I want to point out while I've got like time, because that only took half an hour, is that you may have noticed that these flowers here and these flowers here, so this one and this one, are actually different from what I'm telling you. So I stitched this one up and I was like, yeah, I love it, and I wasn't really thinking about colors properly, and I realized that I mixed up the very light purple, so the 3747, and the white with each other. So that's why the pattern doesn't exactly reflect the finished piece that you've been able to see. I just wanted to clear that up because I got someone asking about that in a private message. You can do whatever colors you want. It's not a hard and fast rule. I just wanted to do it properly this time around. So that's that. Cool. All right, well, I am going to leave you guys with that. I will see you again tomorrow at 11:30, and we will do what some people may be dreading, which is the French knot. So awesome. Thanks so much, and I'll see you around the internet. Well, I know that you guys are still seeing this, and that's because I need to just fix a thing. So just hold tight for me. Nah, it's not going to work. All right, well, I'll just end the stream. I'm not going to do my little ending thing anyway. So thanks so much for joining me.